Welcome to Klepper's Corner, Today in History, the only show where one date somehow manages to explain half the world's chaos. Today, we're diving into October 7th, a date that apparently looked at the history calendar and said, you know what? Let's make every century weird. Segment 1, the Battle of Lepanto, 1571, when oars met overkill. So it's 1571, and the Ottoman Empire's out here running the Mediterranean like it's their personal infinity pool. Europe's freaked out, so Pope Pius V does what popes did best, forms a Holy League, basically a group chat with swords. Spain, Venice, and a few other Catholic powers join up under Don Juan of Austria, whose resume reads, royal bastard and part-time naval savior. They meet the Ottoman fleet at Lepanto, and get this, both sides are rowing their ships like it's Peloton, Holy League edition. The Christians bring 6 enormous Venetian galleasses, basically floating artillery platforms that shout, I overcompensate in bronze. Cannons blast, ships crash, thousands die, and Cervantes catches a bullet but lives to turn trauma into literature. The Christians win big, but here's the kicker. The Ottomans rebuild their fleet in 6 months. That's faster than Elon Musk launching a new social media app that nobody asked for. Lepanto didn't change borders, but it did change confidence. Europe learned the Turks could bleed. The Ottomans learned Europeans love to call symbolic victories decisive. Segment 2, the battles of Saratoga and Kings Mountain. America levels up. Fast forward to 1777. America's teenage rebellion against its parent empire is not going great. Then October 7th hits, and boom, Battle of Saratoga. General Burgoyne thought he'd waltz down from Canada. Instead, he got stuck like a shopping cart in mud. Meanwhile, Benedict Arnold, before his brand pivoted to synonym for traitor, decided orders were optional and personally led the counterattack. His soldiers' motto? Shoot officers first. British morale collapsed faster than a Congress approval rating. 10 days later, Burgoyne surrendered, and France slid into America's DMs. Hey, heard you hate the British too. Want a collab? 3 years later, same date, 1780, Battle of Kings Mountain. Frontier hillbillies with squirrel rifles cornered loyalists on an actual mountain. It's the Appalachian version of Die Hard. They win, the South flips, and suddenly Cornwallis starts sweating harder than Rudy Giuliani under stage lights. October 7th, the day America learned sometimes freedom comes from teamwork, and sometimes from ignoring your boss and shooting better than the other guy. Segment 3. Operation Enduring Freedom, 2001, the longest Monday ever. Jump to 2001. America's still reeling from 9/11. On October 7th, we kick off Operation Enduring Freedom, because apparently, Operation Probably Longer Than We Think didn't test well. Cruise missiles rain down on Afghanistan. The Taliban collapses faster than Blockbuster Video. Everyone cheers, thinking it's over by Christmas. Spoiler, 20 years, 4 presidents, and $1 trillion later, we left. The Taliban came back like that ex you ghosted who now owns your couch. The lesson? Winning the first battle's easy. Defining winning is not. The U.S. wanted to build democracy. The Taliban just wanted to wait. Turns out patience beats predator drones every time. Segment 4, the Hamas attacks on Israel, 2023, a modern shockwave. October 7th, 2023. Israel wakes up to horror. Hamas launches thousands of rockets and militants storm the border. The attack kills over 1,200 Israelis and takes hundreds hostage. It's the deadliest day in Israel's history and the start of a brutal new war that's still reshaping the region. Israel retaliates hard. Gaza suffers catastrophic loss, and the whole world realizes managing the conflict was never the same as solving it. The Abraham Accords stall, Iran's proxies ignite, and suddenly the Middle East looks less like a peace map and more like a Rube Goldberg machine built out of dynamite. History's takeaway? Every time leaders call something contained, check the lid. It's probably shaking. Segment 5, Colonial Tensions and Birth of Protest, 1763 to 1765. First, 1763. The Royal Proclamation tells colonists no settling west of these mountains. The Brits basically invented the HOA for a whole continent. Colonists hated it, especially the ones who already packed their wagons. 2 years later, October 7th, 1765, 9 colonies meet in New York for the Stamp Act Congress. They draft no taxation without representation, aka the 18th century version of subtweeting Parliament. In just 2 years, October 7th went from obey the king to let's make our own country. The revolution didn't start with muskets, it started with receipts. Segment 6, the German Democratic Republic, 1949, when Germany went split screen. Post-World War II Germany, 1949. The West gets capitalism, jazz, and Coca-Cola. The East gets socialism, suspicion, and cabbage. On October 7th, East Germany is born, the world's most surveilled startup. For 40 years, the Stasi had more informants than Facebook has data brokers. People literally spied on their spouses. Romantic if your love language is wiretapping. Reunification in 1990 didn't erase the divide, it just moved it into voter turnout statistics. Even today, Germans talk about the mental wall. Because tearing down concrete is easy, therapy bills take longer. Segment 7, the Auschwitz Sonderkommando Revolt, 1944. Defiance in Hell. October 7th, 1944. Inside Auschwitz, a group of Jewish prisoners forced to operate the crematoria decide enough. They smuggle gunpowder, blow up Crematorium 4, and fight back. They know they'll die, but they refuse to die obediently. Most are killed within hours, but history remembers their defiance. It's resistance measured not in victory, but in agency. In a system built to erase humanity, they screamed, "We choose how we go." It's the bravest kind of rebellion, when the only thing left to win is dignity. Segment 8, Luna 3, 1959, the moon's unflattering selfie. In 1959, the USSR's Luna 3 sends back the first photos of the moon's far side. Turns out it's way lumpier than the one we see. Basically, the moon's front is Instagram, the back is reality. Luna 3 didn't just win the Southern space bragging rights, it invented the modgation, onboard processing, data transmission. It's the grandparent of every Mars rover and satellite that later helped us argue online about whether Pluto is a planet. Segment 9, Allen Ginsberg's Howl, 1955, the poem that broke America's inside voice. October 7th, 1955, San Francisco's Sixth Gallery. Allen Ginsberg reads Howl for the first time, unleashing poetry so raw it needed an exorcism. He rants about madness, lust, drugs, and the soul-sucking machinery of capitalism, basically Twitter, but rhythmic. When Howl got published, customs agents seized it and arrested the publisher. A judge eventually ruled it had redeeming social importance. Translation, it's filthy, but smart filthy. Howl cracked open 1950s America's tidy facade and let in the weird. Without it, we might never have punk rock or open mic nights that start 2 hours late. Segment 10, the launch of Fox News, 1996, when news found its audience and stopped looking. October 7th, 1996, Fox News hits the airwaves. Rupert Murdoch and Roger Ailes decide CNN's too polite and America needs more yelling. Their slogan, fair and balanced, which in practice meant we brought feelings to a fact fight. Fox's genius move was paying cable companies to carry it, basically bribing its way onto your remote. Then came the mix, daytime news, primetime outrage. It worked. Ratings skyrocketed, and by 2002, they were #1. Fox turned watching the news into joining a team. Viewers didn't just get informed, they got affirmed. It's the network that made politics feel like sports, except nobody ever wins and everyone's always furious. Segment 11, Poe's final plot twist, 1849. October 7th, 1849, Poe dies mysteriously in Baltimore. Found delirious, wearing another man's clothes, muttering nonsense, basically an average Saturday night for a tortured poet. Theories abound. Alcohol, cooping, rabies, brain tumor. My favorite? He just realized publishing doesn't pay. His death sealed his myth. The man who wrote about madness, murder, and mystery then became one. Somewhere, Poe's ghost is sipping absinthe and whispering, "Told you so." In conclusion, the echo of October 7th. October 7th isn't just a date. It's a mirror showing how humanity handles chaos. We invent faith and firepower, poetry and propaganda, revolts and reality TV, all in the same breath. From Lepanto's cannons to Fox News' talking heads. From Luna 3's grainy moon photos to Ginsburg's obscene honesty. From the courage of Auschwitz to the terror of Gaza. This date keeps asking one question. How do we face darkness? Fight it, film it, or turn it into content? Maybe that's why history repeats, because we keep hitting refresh. But hey, at least it gives us plenty to talk about next October 7th.